the Christian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, so are you guys like atheists or something?
I am.
Yeah,
I'm an agnostic atheist.
yeah. I mean, I would identify as an agnostic too. Like, I wouldn't say I believe in God, but there is definitely a very interesting argument for God that I've heard. So I'm wondering if you'd be willing to tackle with it.
You have to talk about whatever, just as long as it's not derogatory and it just goes along with the TikTok video. That's okay.
Yeah, it's not
I'm not about to have
derogatory.
my live taken down. So,
Yeah, don't worry.
my friend philosopher is here to fact check everybody, just
All
in
right.
case, 'cause he loves to do that.
All
Don't you, philosopher? You love fact checking people.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So the argument is called the transcendental argument for God. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Basically, it posits that since there are metaphysical categories that exist, for example, the laws of logic, I can use an example, the law of identity. A thing is always itself and cannot not be itself, and that everything in reality follows that, whether or not there's a mind to observe it, then that would imply that there is a reality above our physical world, and it would also necessarily require something to base these metaphysical realities on, which would require God. So how in like a materialist, godless universe could you have immaterial and eternal laws like the law of non-contradiction, for example, or identity?
Whoever wants to hop in the conversation, y'all can. I'm gonna be mute for a while
All right.
until something actually catches my attention.
Well, there's well, if there's got to be a beginning, there's got to be a creator.
Well, I'm not talking about causation. I'm talking about the existence of transcendental categories. For example,
Why
like
do
the
we-
laws of logic or knowledge or self-experience or just any a priori or synthetic a priori.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not that big. Oh, sorry.
Box, hold on. You guys, one at a time. Philosopher, go.
Why do we feel the need to state that there is a God?
Well, I am not starting my argument by stating that there's a God. I don't actually believe that there's a God because I'm an agnostic, but I'm just trying to see if I can get responses to this argument because I haven't heard much great ones, and that is, how can, in an atheistic materialist universe, how can there be metaphysical categories like logical laws and knowledge and literally any synthetic a priori?
Any synthetic what?
Synthetic a priori, that kind of means just like, for example, the laws of logic are an example of that, or 5 plus 7 equaling 12. That's a synthetic a priori. It's just brute facts. So how can there be any immaterial brute facts that everything operates off of without a god to justify it, or at least a metaphysical realm? Since these principles are metaphysical, like they're not, you can't find them in material reality.
I say that's a valid question. But the use of the word God is an English word, first off.
I mean, all the words we're using are English words.
Right.
But the concepts they talk about they still exist, even if the words themselves are made up. Like an apple still exists, even if we made up the word apple.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, in other words, I agree with what you're saying. There has to be a first cause to emotions, thinking. There has to be.
Yeah.
Now,
but it's not just about causation. It's about how to justify metaphysical categories, because there are metaphysical categories. Not everything that exists is physical, because even the concept of existence itself is metaphysical, right? Any concept that you can think of that appeals beyond just brute matter is metaphysical necessarily, right? Like how can conception even in a unconceivable universe?
Conception even exist in an unconceivable universe.
Like a universe. Yeah, that was a bad way to word it. In like a materialist universe where all that exists is just matter, how can there be metaphysical principles?
How can there be
Do you,
metaphysical principles?
yeah, do you
of
believe that
material
there are metaphysical principles that do not exist in,
emotions, right?
well, not emotions. I mean like the laws of logic or knowledge, right? Or consciousness. But mainly, we can just focus on the laws of logic because those are kind of the easier ones to talk about. Like how can, if there is nothing to base it on, how can something be true and false? No, how can it be true always that something cannot be true and false at the same time? Because that is a principle that is always true, right? Like it can't be true that you exist and don't exist at the same time, but how can the principle of that being true exist if it's not based on anything beyond nature? Because it doesn't exist it doesn't exist in nature made out of other atoms or molecules. It's an immaterial principle.
It exists in and of itself.
Cookie,
That-
I'm gonna be. I'm sorry for the interruption for the last word, but Cookie, I think you just broke someone's brain, and I live for it. I need someone in my life to break people's brains. I like that.
Yeah, it's a recent argument that I've heard, really. Like, it's not that common that I hear for God, but, like, it's probably the most interesting one I've heard so far.
Are you talking about like that cat in a box scenario?
Schrodinger's cat?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the existence of any transcendental category, like the laws of logic, for example. Like, just how can immaterial rules always be true or even exist in the first place if there's no immaterial realm?
I got the answer for this. You put it in a jar, you shake it up a little bit. There you go.
Or somebody had to put it in the jar.
Don't contradict me. I'm right and I know it.
There you are. That's funny.
Oh my god.
Well,
This is why I like going live because we like I meet people who can make my lives funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just an argument I heard that I found interesting. But why do you believe in God, Box? Like,
well, I used to be an atheist. I didn't believe in God. I actually used to curse him out sometimes. And I used to say I want to go to hell all the time. And one time I said I want to go to hell, and a portal opened up, and I heard a voice inviting
portal
me
opened
to
up?
come to hell.
I'm gonna be honest, that sounds some maple leaf bullcrap.
Oh,
So,
I wish
like-
it was.
It
I
sounds
wish
like
I
a
was.
story.
I was scared.
But Box, aren't
Literally, I'm
there...
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. You're just making up a story, and
I
you're not
wish it
actually
was.
showing evidence. No, do not interrupt me. We're doing one at a time. I've been telling you this, so we're doing one at a time. That's some maple leaf bullcrap. Literally, that's like telling a fucking children's story.
It's
What it sounds
anecdotal
like.
evidence.
Wait, Box, I have a
Yeah.
question. So,
And I'm the type of person that needs physical evidence, not just listen to by what you say and not take your word for it. I won't take your word for it because I don't believe you. I'm that type of person. That's how I grew up as and on. That I need actual physical evidence of what you're claiming and saying.
wait, so Box, so there are also many people in other
Hi,
religions...
Cherry Blossom.
There are
Sorry
also...
for interrupting.
One at a time.
There are also many people in other religions that have these similar experiences. Like, many Muslims also claim to have similar supernatural experiences, and they do genuinely believe that they did. But surely Christianity and Islam cannot both be simultaneously true because they're contradictory, right? So is that really a good argument to believe in God for because of this personal experience you had?
Yes, because when I started to pray, a lot of the things that I dealt with gone away.
But people of
And
other
you
religions
could
also
believe me or not.
experience that with prayer.
Here's the thing. You could believe me or not. It did happen to me.
What's like, if you had to give like a reason for God, as in like argumentation, be it of causation, like the universe needs a cause, or like nature being too complex, what is one that you would say convinces you that God exists? Like absent of personal experience?
Well, like what did not, like, not happen to me, but like everything else you're trying to say.
No, like what is an argument that you would say convinces you that God exists? Like, for example, one example is the cosmological argument for God, that everything that begins to exist needs a cause. The universe began to exist, therefore the universe needs a cause, and therefore God exists. That's just one example, but which argument would you say, like absent of the personal experience you had, but which argument would you say convinces you that God exists?
Something had to make the Big Bang.
Why?
Because
Science, dude. Science.
here's
That's
the
what
thing.
happened.
Who made
It's
science?
I mean, science is a way of
Science happens,
understanding the world,
literally. If
but it's
you
not a
look at
thing.
space, it happens. We're not the one that's causing any type of like fucking Beetlejuice to explode in probably any
Right,
time.
like
We're
if
not
you
the one
if,
that's
if you
causing
take
it.
if you take a natural science class, they kind of explain it in a way that's confusing yet really, really cool.
Okay.
The Big Bang was made up of a bunch of explosions and molecules crashing together, which caused stars and galaxies and universes just all across where it is infinite. But we have no idea because we can't travel out that far yet, so we don't really know what's out there or why. And that's a cool thing about humanity, is nobody will ever know the truth of why, but we all have our own belief systems. Some of us can believe in God, the rest of us can believe in science, we can believe in whatever we want.
Wait,
But
Box.
isn't God
I have
One
a
at a time.
thing that created
One at a
us?
time.
Wait, Box, I have a
No.
question. So, what is the actual difference between the substance that existed before the Big Bang existing for eternity and then starting to rapidly expand for some reason, versus a God existing for eternity and then creating the universe? Because in both cases, there's something that exists for eternity that did not have a cause. Why is one logically invalid? Like, why is the universe not having a cause logically invalid, but God being eternal and not having a cause logically valid?
Because something had to create something this complex. Because
But God is all. Well, God
You're
is the
not
most
you don't
infinitely
want to make
intelligent thing ever
no.
that does not have a cause. So, I mean, I guess there are some people that believe in absolute divine simplicity, but I don't know what you
I'd like
believe
to
on that.
ask. Go ahead, sorry. I'd like to ask Box a question, if I may. How do you believe that God came and made us? Because I personally don't believe that there is a God. I don't have any religious views on anything. If so, what did he do? Did he just like grab some modeling clay, sprinkle some stuff on here, and is like, yeah, my science project, humanity?
That's funny.
Like, why couldn't that be the truth though?
I mean, it could be, but personally, I don't think that some tall man with a beard in the sky is currently like, yeah, my science project for high school, humanity. I'm sorry, but that concept sounds a little silly to me. That kind of sounds like a child playing with his toys.
What about Sims?
I'm gonna be honest here.
We're Sims? Did you just compare us to a video game?
No,
Yes.
you did not. You
We
did
are
not.
Sims.
You did not fucking do that. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna
He
be honest
just wanted
here.
to have fun.
I'm gonna be
Creative.
honest. I'm gonna be honest here. It seems like Box that you're trying to convert us to a Christianity.
I'm not converting you guys. I'm just telling you.
No. Y'all. Okay. I know that I interrupt. I'm allowed to interrupt, but I don't want anybody else interrupted because I have sensory overload issues with noises. So, yeah. You do sound like you're trying to convert us to Christianity. You may not know that you're doing it, but you are.
Chandler, nobody said that.
Nobody said that.
Literally, nobody said that. But back to my question. I would actually like to hear how you believe that we were made. Despite from being a video game, I would love to be an NPC in another lifetime.
1 second. I've been sick.
No, it's pollen there.
I was going to say, it's going around.
Okay, Box, are you having runny nose, itchy eyes, and
Beside my little joke about being a video game NPC with some sky man with a beard, his little high school project, in all genuinity, how did he create us? Where is he located? How do we know that he actually exists?
Okay.
I'll start with one at a time. How did God, your God, in your eyes, create us?
He created us with love in his heart. That he wanted us, like, he created us, like, I don't know how he felt at the time. I'm
not asking how he felt, hon. I'm asking, what did he create us with? Something to do with sand? What did he create us with? If he's so almighty, what did he take, mash together in his little mixing pot, and throw down on the ground to make humanity, the universe, and the galaxy?
I think it was mud.
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 No, Box.
Where did this mud come
No,
from
in the
if
Bible.
Earth
I'm talking
didn't
about in the
exist?
Bible.
Box. The traditional conception.
I'm not gonna ask you again. One at a time.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Box. The traditional conception in Christianity is that God created the universe ex nihilo, which means he created it out of nothing. That only through his word the universe came into existence, but he didn't use any physical material to create it.
No, he created man with like materials.
Yeah, but she was talking about the universe itself, not just.
Oh.
He, they, please.
Yeah, but yeah, he created the universe with his own power.
But who gave him this power?
Him, I don't know. Like, I'm not the all-knowing guy.
Good night, Runa. Joshua, to answer your question, if I could choose to spread good or bad, I would completely spread good throughout everything.
Okay, like,
Totally off topic, real quick. I am watching a Whitney Houston hologram concert in Las Vegas.
believe in God so much is because if I don't, like I do believe in God and everything, but if I do fall out and not believe in, like, that religion, I know I would commit unalive because I do believe in hell, and I don't want to go to hell.
Wait, Box.
So, the cool thing about... Go ahead, Cookie, I'm sorry.
So, do you think it's possible for something to be true and also bad for you? Like, something can be true and also depressing at the same time? So, whether you would hurt yourself or not is irrelevant to whether it's true or not?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I do believe in if you do unalive yourself, you go to hell. So,
But then if you didn't believe in it anymore and you unalived yourself, you wouldn't have that worry about going to hell because you wouldn't believe in it, right?
yeah,
So then you...
it actually
You're
helps me.
contradicting yourself.
But it helps me.
How does it help you if you don't believe in that anymore? If you don't believe in the belief system that I'm going to die and go to hell for doing this?
No, if I don't believe in it, wouldn't it be and if I don't believe in it, why would it bother me?
Exactly. Why would it bother you?
Yeah. So if I don't believe in it, but if I don't believe in it and then I do actually do it, I'll go to hell. It's a constant.
Except you don't know that. So, fun fact about the Bible and God himself, in case you haven't ever, read anything, there's something called repenting. And repenting for your sins, which is what Jesus died for, your sins, according to the Bible, which I have read several and numerous times, you are forgiven. He died for your sins. Therefore, you can sin and repent, and you will be reborn.
Yep,
Am I correct?
That's only if you believe in Jesus.
Have you actually read the Bible several times, like cover to cover?
I have.
Because that's impressive.
I've read several different variants.
So I'm very interested in this for years, and even I haven't read the whole Bible. I haven't got time for that.
Unfortunately, it was something that I had studied for a long, long time. It comes up within my religious trauma. Chandler, if you are so dedicated on explaining to me that that is not how it works, why don't you come up here on the panel?
Exactly. Come on up there, dude.
Yeah, philosopher, go right on ahead,
able
Ben.
to come up with the 8 followers there, dude. That looks like a new account. Chandler, can I have your age, please? Put your age in chat real quick, Chandler. Somebody said, Sweet Tea, you say you...
What actions? I'm so sorry to interrupt
Please
you, babe.
reflect on your actions. How about Joshua? You leave Sweet Tea alone. Don't stop.
What actions of mine? How well do you know me in order as a person to tell me that my actions are not good? Yeah, I'm spreading love. I'm spreading lots of love. I love your mom so good every night.
Damn. For some of them, it's a religion duty. I don't agree with them, but that's why. Then Joshua said, then do not judge them, please, except them. Joshua.
Nobody is judging anybody. We're having a discussion. The adults are talking. Shush, Joshua.
Exactly. For that, you're getting muted for like 15 seconds because you don't want to stop attacking Sweet Tea for no fucking reason. So
I'd like to just come forth and say that I accept all of you for who you are, your beliefs, your sexuality, your gender, your age, your race. I don't care who you are. I love you as a person.
Right, same. Most of us here are not even religious.
Exactly. I don't have any religious beliefs. I'm just here and I exist.
We just exist at this point.
But anyway, philosopher wanted to say something. Go right on ahead, babe. Take the stage.
Okay. I want to
By
touch
the way, if you're not talking, mute. Sorry, I just had to say that. If you're not talking, mute.
no worries. I wanted to touch on the belief in Jesus. First of all, where does Jesus say, and by the way, the name was Yeshua, again, back to the English words, where does Jesus say, believe in my name to get to the Father, or my name is the way? That's my first question. My second question.
I'm so sorry. Who's this a question for, babe?
This is for Box.
Box, okay.
Yes. Second question. Along with that same spirit of questioning, what would you have to say about John 1:1 in the Greek? I'm done.
Can you say the quote?
Do what now?
Say the quote.
Okay. First I asked, does Jesus say, his name was Yeshua, by the way, does Jesus say, believe in my name to get to the Father, or my name is the way?
he says to believe in him, believe in him.
Okay, good.
And it's my live stream. I don't have to be nice.
All right. Would anybody else like to come up, have a conversation, topic maybe? Anybody up for a joke? I've got some sweet tea.
I have a question for the philosopher.
Ready, age. Or you're not coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Irony, this is my live stream. I'm passive aggressive right now. I can be passive aggressive if I want. Technically, it's more of like triggering their trauma response because most of us here have religious trauma. So
Okay, so if I have a trauma from people of your kind, let's say, I don't know, LGBT, does that mean LGBT people have to be quiet?
Ratty, I'm gonna ask you not to say people of my kind because that's really racist.
No, I don't mean like.
He didn't bring race though.
Yeah, I did not bring race.
Okay, well, don't ever say people of your kind because that can lead up to something bad and start an argument. So please reword that.
Okay, people that share the same qualities as you. And I mean, like, I just don't understand. But I don't know. Maybe because in my country, we don't even ask women for consent. So maybe it's just a different planet for me. But anyway, I will shut up now. I will stand by for you guys to talk about whatever you're going to talk about. And let's hear from the doctor.
Alright, 1 second, babe. I would just like to ask the host if you need a moderator by chance so I can keep an eye on chat while everything's going through.
Well, philosopher is a.
Alright, I had no idea, just in case you needed one.
Yeah, no.
And second, Yosef, if you want to join, babe, we need your age.
Wives, if you're a guy.
Wait, why are you trying to convert us?
No,
That's not what this is about.
Hold on, sweet tea. Roddy, I'm gonna stop you there. That religion is just an extra step on. No.
I think he's just speaking about it.
Ratty.
You can't speak about the religion.
You're not gonna
Ratty.
come up here and try to force your religion upon
man.
people. That you just made a couple of us.
Oh, fuck, you called that word, Daddy. Oh, fuck.
Nope. No.
Really, his
No.
mic is messed up.
All right. We're not gonna have anybody yelling in my mic. You need to, for real. That person just. No, Ratty, you're not coming up here. You just done made everybody uncomfortable.
I don't think he was
Nobody's gonna come
necessarily
up here.
forced
Nobody's
religion.
gonna come up here and force any type of religion. I don't care if it's Christianity or Muslim. We're not going to convert that upon anyone. You're not going to force that on anyone ever. This is my live stream. You're gonna do what I ask, and you're gonna do what I say because it is my live stream. So.
I can do this.
Host, I don't think he was trying to force anything. He was just like speaking about his religion, of course, because he's like, very adamant about it.
No,
I
he
would
said
just
he was
point
trying
out.
to
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, he did say, "I'm trying to force you." I heard it loud and clear that he said that he's trying to force you. He's like, "I'm forcing
He definitely said he was trying to force it.
you." Yeah. So. Yeah, we're
I
not
think
doing
it
that.
was a mischoice of words. He's saying he wasn't trying to. But
No,
yeah, no,
you did. You said you were forcing it on us. So.
yes, no, but about